Today is the day where I finally get to go to Japan. Woohoo! It's 5 in the morning, but I am ready to go. Check out this sick transition, guys. Damn, that deserves a like, subscribe, and comment. Well, ikimashou, fellas. We are ready to go. I'm low-key kind of struggling here. You got this, girl. Okay, it's like 7 a.m. at this point. I'm freaking tired, and when I got to the airport, I kept doing like a little bit of mistakes. I'm like, how the hell do I go to TSA again? And then I went on the wrong TSA line, and then the security was like, guys, please follow the person in front of you. Like, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking, I was brain dead, I'm sorry. But it's okay, I'm on the plane now, we're all good. And now meal review, because I couldn't find this information on American Airlines or online in general. I got pork and rice, salad, potato salad, brownie, and bread and butter. I give this a solid 6 out of 10. Oh, and of course I have to get my piss juice every time I go on a flight. I give this a 5 out of 10. So far, Canada has the best piss juice. So as my first international flight, I freaking hated it. This was 14 hours and my legs were dying because I'm short, so my legs doesn't really like go on the floor properly. It's like dangling, so it hurts after a while. But we got the mid-flight meal and it was a ham and cheese sandwich, and we also got some sweet green pea chips. Never heard of that, but it was good. Oh, also I got another piss juice. God, I really hated this flight and I really wanted to get it over with. And every time I kept looking at the map, we just moved like 1 inch from the screen. What the frick? But it's okay, last meal we got noodles and fruits. 4 out of 10. The fruits really made my mouth dry. And now we finally made it. After 14 hours, I am alive. But now we have a new problem. So I landed first and my partner lands like 6 hours later, and he knows how to work the Japan transportation, but I wanted to get to the hotel. So I had a brief idea on how the Japanese transportation system worked based on internet knowledge, but I was so freaking scared. I was standing there for 3 hours observing people at the ticket machines and the ticket gates, making sure I don't do anything wrong, and I was too scared to ask for help because I just got so overwhelmed. But it's okay, I made it. Day 1, Tokyo. We woke up at like 5 a.m. We were jet lagged, but we were ready to go. We decided to just stroll around the area first in the morning. It was so empty, it was very nice. And then we got McDonald's. We got the teriyaki, I think. I don't know. Taste test. A shrug? What a freaking hater. I ate that whole thing up. Also, I totally forgot how there's no trash cans anywhere. I had to carry this. And then we saw the Tokyo Tower right in front of our eyes.
Wow.
Wow.
And you know how in New York you can just like jaywalk even though there's a red light? In Japan, I am a guest of this country. I cannot do that here or else I'll be a nuisance. But oh my god, my brain has been tempted so many times, but I can't. And then we made it to Tokyo Tower. It was so pretty. They had like these fish banners up. I forgot what they're called specifically, but it was so cute. But we just did this and left. And then I stepped into my first Don Quixote. Bro, it was 7 a.m. It was the worst thing of my life. There were so many sounds. It was so overstimulating as soon as you step in there.
There's too many noises, I can't think.
I can't. I don't even know what to look at now.
But we finally got some real breakfast and it was so freaking good. This shit is gone. Then we stopped by the Hamarikyu Garden. We stopped by a duck hunting ground over here. And it was so freaking wild because there was a duck memorial right next to it because they felt bad for hunting the ducks, so they just had to put a duck memorial. And it was like low-key kind of sad. Oh, and there are stamps here. We were collecting that across Japan. And here's a little bit more of the garden. It was a very relaxing start to the trip and I have enjoyed it a lot. And to be honest, I compared Japan to New York City a lot. So this was giving Central Park just because I could see tall buildings and trees. Meguro River. We visited there because we ate some wonton ramen. Very good. Then we went to some stores and ate some pizza to end off the night. Day 2. We are going to Kyoto today. We started off strong with this breakfast. Freaking loved it. And then we got on the Shinkansen. It was a nice experience. I could never imagine America doing this right now. And I thought I would get motion sickness because of how fast it is, but I didn't. And look how fast it is on Pokemon Go. Like, this dude is going. And we got the Mount Fuji side on the train. It was covered by clouds. And finally, we're in Kyoto. We had a map of where the sakura was blooming in Kyoto and it was so freaking cute, and we decided to rest at the hotel before we went out again. I was intimidated by the buses in Kyoto, but thanks YouTube for teaching me how to take the bus there. We've arrived at Ninenzaka Walkway. I was a little scared of how crowded it would be because everyone would complain about how crowded it is and that it's so overwhelming, but low-key, it wasn't even that bad. We actually walked a little bit farther from the Ninanzaka walkway and we actually found a little like street food marketplace situation. And look at the tree, so cute! Ah, I can't get over this. So we decided to get some of the food here. We got some tongue, chicken, and chicken shawarma. I freaking hated the tongue, I thought it was regular pork. Then we ended off the night at this waterway and some shops in Kyoto. Day 3, we decided to do some Kyoto things and Kobe. First, we decided to go to the 1000 Torii Gates, and it was like 6 a.m, so it wasn't that many people there. And I didn't know this was like a hiking situation, like you had to climb like millions of stairs, and we were here already, so we just decided to just reach to the top. But this was the halfway point, apparently. And we felt like we climbed for like an hour, but I think this was just like 30 minutes. But there was another 30 minutes to actually reach the top. But we saw a lot of crows here, and one of them actually went next to me, and I don't know why. Is this a bad sign? Was this a bad sign? I don't know, but it wasn't scared of me. And then my bag fell, and then I got scared. And then we saw another creature in the wilds, a cat. Amazing. Oh, okay. I don't want to bother it.
He's the defender.
Yeah. And then we made it to the top. This was the biggest workout of my life. And then cat, we saw another cat again. Bro was licking that. And then we found another food market again. I got the best minced meat croquette looking thing ever. Now we're at Kobe to specifically eat Kobe beef, but we had time and the shops here were pretty nice. Alright, eat time. Okay, I used to be a fine dining hater, but then my partner brought me to a lot of them. And I was always like, ugh, these portions look so small. I would never feel full after that dinner. But then after dinner, I have to freaking unbutton my pants. Dinner was fine, but I need like a side-to-side taste test with like Wagyu and this beef because I cannot taste the difference low-key. Then we took a stroll around the Kobe area. There was like a little park nearby and it was so freaking beautiful. I loved it here. Also Kobe.
Bryant for the win!
If you're in Kobe, I would definitely take a night stroll over here. It's so nice. Especially if you're with a partner. Wink wink, it's romantic. Day 4. We're going to Nara and Osaka today. We got some fresh mochi and I wasn't expecting how soft it would be. I fell in love with Nara as soon as I stepped in here. I would definitely spend another 1 or 2 days in here, but unfortunately we only have a half day.
Don't bite this camera, please.
And then he went to harass another person. We went back to Osaka and we had the most eggiest egg sandwiches. It was so freaking good. I love egg. I love egg. And then we stopped by Osaka Castle. We actually went in because we originally were supposed to do like the boat ride around Osaka Castle, but they ran out of tickets for the day, so we just went to the castle instead. It was a pretty nice view, I must say. That was pretty much it to it. So because we couldn't get the boat ride, we just got a boat ride at Dotonbori. This might be a tourist trap, but I don't care. I really wanted a boat ride. I could have done another boat ride, but it was out of the way, so we just opted for this one. It was fun though. And then we ended off the night by eating the street food around Dotonbori. Thank you, Osaka. Day 5. We are spending our last day in Kyoto. We started our day at the Kinkakuji temple, where it's like a golden temple. Yeah. And then we went to this like cake shop where it has like a cartoon cheesecake and it's like Tom and Jerry looking thing. And oh my god, this is like the freaking highlight of my day. Oh my god, it even has feet. And he's sweating because it's hot.
He's like he's about to get eaten.
Yeah. And we ate this thing up. We literally only went here just because it looked like a cheese you would see in Tom and Jerry, and I freaking love Tom and Jerry, so just sacrifice.
You have to chop his head off.
Sacrifice.
It's time to kill him.
Kill him.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than I thought.
Oh no.
We got fucking decapitated.
And then we did last minute shopping around Kyoto. Now we're at Monk. I freaking love looking at the kitchen. This place is familiar to you. It's probably because this was featured on Netflix's Chef's Table Pizza, which is how we found this place. And my partner is a pizza connoisseur. The food we were given were very simple ingredients, but they were very done well. If you go here, the carrot soup is my freaking favorite. And this was our pizza. Obviously very different from a New York pizza or a Detroit style pizza. Try a Japanese pizza. Day 6. We are now leaving Kyoto. Sad. I freaking love Kyoto. But we started our day off being at the bamboo forest. For some reason, I don't have footage there, but here's some pictures. And this is our view right after we left the forest. Again, this was like 6 a.m., 7 a.m.-ish. We've been waking up early for these attractions, just to beat the crowd. And then we hopped on the Shinkansen again to go to Fukui. We had a Hokuriku pass, which gives you unlimited rides to these places. It's only available to foreigners, and I think it's to combat over-tourism in other popular places, so go explore Japan. So Fukui, there is a lot of dinosaurs here just because there is a fossil museum that is popular. It is known for its soba since it's a local specialty, but that freaking pork rice over there, that was the best thing. Oh, and even more dinosaurs. Felt like I was in a theme park, oh my god. This city is pretty quiet for the most part since it's not really a major city, but I didn't get to explore this place as much as I wanted to because we were just doing laundry, to be honest. But we were able to go to the castle ruins over there just so we can see the place at least a little bit. And I gotta say, this place was the better place to look at sakura trees. Honestly, there were so many here. Oh, and even more dinosaurs that we saw from our hotel room. I think this is like a mall. They had like a bunch of dinosaur stuff in the mall. Day 7. We went from Fukui to Kanazawa now here. I gotta say, I won't lie. I think Kanazawa beats Tokyo. I said it. Kanazawa was the best place for me, guys. The first thing we stopped at was the garden over here. I think it's called Kenroku-en. Hashtag certified garden lover over here. Honestly, I think this is one of the best gardens I've ever seen in my life. The way it's set up, it's just so breathtaking. I don't want to spoil it, so I will only show these clips. And then we went to Kanazawa Castle itself. I think they had like their own little garden over here as well. And look at this big area over here. Like it seems normal, people were sitting on it, but no, when I sat on it, this happened. The ground was wet, what the hell. Day 8, Kanazawa to Toyama. We only stayed here from like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think. We stopped by a coffee shop first and it was raining outside, but it was a very nice view from the coffee shop. And the lady was so nice. It's called 6 or 3rd Coffee Stand. And she had a Popeyes magazine with the girlfriend issue, and I've been wanting this issue so bad. I actually bought it later on. Okay, anyone who is watching this and needs a date idea, there are date ideas in this book. Get this book. And then we stopped by the Toyama Glass Art Museum. If you didn't know, Toyama is known for their glass makers over there. But this wasn't the reason why we were in Toyama. We were actually going to an onsen. So we actually got a private bath. So the onsen itself is in our room. We can go in it anytime. And it was amazing. The view was so nice. And it was also raining, but I think it made the experience more better. Like, just listen to this. It was truly an unforgettable experience. Day 9, we are going back to Tokyo. I'm gonna be honest here, the next few days are not gonna be that exciting. We just shopped a lot. But I went to Harajuku and low-key, I didn't really enjoy it a lot. Maybe it's because I didn't go explore outside of this area. We just had little time here. Day 10, we are in Snoopy Land. Well, not really Snoopy Land, it's just a Snoopy museum, but there was a lot of Snoopies here. This is the only Snoopy thing I will show. That is all. And wait, I forgot to talk about breakfast. So we went to Clinton Street Baking Company. They have a location in New York and I ate there as well, so might as well try in Tokyo. All I'm saying is, if you've never been to New York, eat here. And then yada yada yada, we went to Shibuya and then saw the Shibuya crossing. You know what's up. And then we ended off the night with chicken sashimi. When I told this to people, they thought I was gonna die, but it was kind of good. Day 11, we got Shinjuku. We saw the 3D screen thing, but my camera was not taking it well. I don't know why. How do you fix that? I just upped the exposure and it just looks better, but everything else was worse. Besides that, I freaking hated Shinjuku Station. This is the worst station of my life. If you go here, good freaking luck because you're gonna get lost 20 million times. Day 12, we're back in Shinjuku just to eat egg slut. I never went to Los Angeles, so I just had to eat this, okay? I was so freaking excited, I don't know what I was doing with the camera. For today, we just shopped, so I didn't really have that many footage, but this was our packing situation. There was quite a decent amount, but I fit them all in one big luggage and one carry-on. Day 13, we're going home. Why? Well, we still had like the morning and afternoon because our flights were pretty late, but we had our last breakfast at this fluffy pancake place. Then we strolled around Yoyogi Park, and then I lost my glasses and it was actually at the pancake place, so I had to train back. Now I'm home, back in the Big Apple. And now I have to move on with life.